सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति। We'll begin with studying detachment, renunciation.
Detachment, renunciation. Theodore Tilton, in his poem "Even This Shall Pass Away," portrays the grandeur of detachment and renunciation in the personality of the king of Persia. The king carved a maxim, "Even this shall pass away," upon the ring he wore on his finger. Rooted in high human values, he lived a life of renunciation. He would not identify with the best and the worst of experiences in his life. He maintained a perfect and pain, joy and sorrow, honor and dishonor. Displayed a mental equanimity in and through the ecstasy of wealth, woman and honor vis-a-vis the trauma of poverty, pain and impending death. That magnificent stance of objectivity is the trait of detachment, renunciation. The poem. Even this shall pass away. Once in Persia reigned a king who upon his signet ring graved a maxim true and wise, which, if held before his eyes, gave him counsel at a glance, fit for every change and chance. Solemn words, and these are they, even this shall pass away. Trains of camels through the sand brought him gems from Samarkand. Fleets of galleys through the seas brought him pearls to match with these. But he counted not his gain, treasures of the mine or main. What is wealth, the king would say, even this shall pass away. Mid the revels of his court, at the zenith of his sport, when the palms of all his guests burned with clapping at his jests, he, amid his figs and wine, cried, "O loving friends of mine, pleasures come, but not to stay. Even this shall pass away." Lady fairest ever seen was the bride he crowned his queen. Pillowed on his marriage bed, softly to his soul he said, "Though no bridegroom ever pressed fairer bosom to his breast, mortal flesh must come to clay. Even this shall pass away." Fighting on a furious field, once a javelin pierced his shield. Soldiers with a loud lament bore him bleeding to his tent. Groaning from his tortured side, "Pain is hard to bear," he cried, "but with patience day by day, even this shall pass away." Towering in the public square, 20 cubits in the air, rose his statue carved in stone. Then the king, disguised unknown, stood before his sculptured name, musing meekly, "What is fame? Fame is but a slow decay, even this shall pass away." Struck with palsy, sore and old, waiting at the gates of gold, said he with his dying breath, "Life is done, but what is death?" Then in answer to the king fell a sunbeam on his ring, showing by a heavenly ray, even this shall pass away. Theodore Tilton. The word fluctuates between fortune and misfortune, pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, etc. They are an inevitable part of human life. However, a human being is provided with the expertise to maintain intellectual equipoise and mental equanimity in and through the worldly fluctuation and variation. That poise one takes in life is the exalted state of detachment, renunciation. That in truth marks the dignity and prestige of the human race. Unfortunately, this unique distinction of detachment, renunciation, is misconstrued, abhorred by the society at large as something repugnant. The magnificence of renunciation has been transformed into an ugly caricature of retirement and resignation. It is envisaged by the general public as escapism from the stark realities of life and living as a mere recluse. This is far from the truth. In fact, renunciation has to be practiced at home, at work, in the marketplace, in everyday life. It gives you the energy to work without worry and anxiety and maintain harmony in your relationship with the family. Humanity has failed to understand the virtue and value of detachment, renunciation. The glorious stance in one's life, which is a human prerogative, that is associated with the wisdom of a person, a result accruing from his understanding and identifying with a higher echelon of life. Thus, when he is attached to the higher, he automatically gets detached from the lower. Detachment follows the growth of an individual into a higher aspect of life. In fact, one cannot detach from anything unless one is attached to something higher. Few realize that detachment is an effect and not a cause. Like a person climbing a ladder cannot release his foot from the lower rung until his other foot firmly rests on the higher rung. Hence, your state of detachment only establishes your escalation to a higher level of your personality. This trend of attachment and detachment is clearly perceptible in your personal growth. When you were a child, you were totally engrossed, attached to the toy world. Your life revolved around playthings. There is no way that the child in you could have stayed detached from, renounced those toys and trinkets. No sooner you grew into a teenager, you gained a higher level of knowledge and understanding. You enjoyed riding a motorbike. You grew out of the toy world. In truth, you did not give up the toys gave you up. That is said to be detachment. Thus, as you reach higher echelons of life, the lower falls off. You do not give up anything in life. In fact, you cannot give up anything. You can only take up something higher, grow into higher values. As a result, the lower gives way. When a flower matures into a fruit, the petals of the flower drop. Therefore, detachment renunciation is growth into a higher dimension in life, marked by knowledge, wisdom. Ironically, this elegant human quality is detested by the society at large. People misconstrue it to be denial of the pleasures of life and reject the very idea of renunciation. The problem with human beings is that they fail to conceive, much less attempt to pursue higher values of life and thereby gain a greater level of enjoyment. Worse still, they believe that the one living the higher values is denying himself what they are enjoying. Like a child believes that a life without toys is worthless, tasteless, insipid. Thus the mass of humanity is lost in a set of toys that make their joys. Like the child, they cannot conceive life without them. The toys that the range of human beings indulge in are name, fame, power, position, status, money, family. Few conceive anything higher than these sources of pleasure and joy they are involved in, nor attempt to attain the next level of knowledge and understanding for gaining a higher quality of enjoyment. Thus, being denied wisdom, people the world over dread to leave the objects of their immediate enjoyment. They remain stagnant in life. While an evolved human being revels in his stance of detachment, his intellect maintains a perfect control over the mind's desires and demands, never allowing it to overpower the person, and directs him to the ultimate goal, be it material or spiritual. This idea has been ingeniously portrayed in the Bhagavad Gita's picture of Lord Krishna driving Arjuna in a chariot. The chariot represents the human body and Arjuna the individual housed in the body. The horses represent the sense organs, the reins, the mind, and the charioteer, the intellect. The chariot moving along the road would reach its destination if the horses are controlled by the charioteer using the reins. When the charioteer is alert, holding the reins firmly, the horses would be well directed on the road to the destination. If, however, the charioteer is asleep, the reins go loose, the horses will run helter-skelter and crash. The picture of the chariot thus points precisely to the internal phenomena of life. That is, when the intellect is weak and not alert, the mind turns loose, causing the senses to go wild and crash in the road of life. And when the intellect is powerful and alert, the mind and senses remain well controlled. The person is assured of a pleasant passage until he fulfills his life's mission. The same idea is depicted in Lord Jesus Christ's stance with Satan. Christ represents the intellect and Satan the mind. Satan asks Christ to choose what he desires from the world spread before him. Christ replied with his famous words of wisdom, "Get thee behind me, Satan. I'll have none at thy hands." The intellect telling the mind to follow it, So also in life, your mind should get behind the intellect. The intellect must set the path of life and the mind follow the lead. The passage then becomes clear to reach your destination in life.
The central theme, the fundamental theme of Vedanta is this detachment. The theme of religion is detachment. The formula for living life is detachment. You can call it anything. The formula for living life is detachment. The joy of living comes through detachment. The purpose of religion is detachment. Vedanta itself means detachment. And yet, there is always this difficulty about this detachment. Generally, detachment is associated with a color code, a lifestyle. Again, generally, detachment is associated with a color code. Ochre color implies if a person is wearing an ochre color dress, color code. That's all. That person is detached. Lifestyle. Going and living in the Himalayas, Rishikesh, that person is detached. Or at least he can go and live in Tiruvannamalai here. Not necessarily Rishikesh. Tiruvannamalai is also okay, but no, but definitely not in Chennai. So that place, detachment. What is detachment and how many ever times we hear about this detachment, we still cannot. There is something so elusive about it. What is something elusive about it? The benefits of detachment is so wonderful that everybody wants it. The effect of detachment is so wonderful that everybody wants it. The cause is not done at all. That's what he says. Renunciation is an effect, not a cause. You know the value of it. You know the benefits of it. So you immediately want it. Immediately want it now. People generally use the word detachment means samsara, no sir. The world is samsara and I should be free from that samsara. Detachment, he says, is a knowledge and understanding. It is not dropping anything, it is the knowledge and understanding. Knowledge and understanding has to be reinforced again and again and again because knowledge, understanding to get converted into wisdom, it has to be reinforced again and again and again. You can't say, I learned it now and that's it. I understood. Why I am not transforming? You have not understood. Because understanding and transformation are not two separate things. Having understood, if I am not transformed, where things are going wrong, sir? What is the answer? Change your question. Don't say, I have understood. Say, I have not yet understood. But I know, I have the memory. I can talk about it. I can elaborate on it. The way that I can elaborate, even Shankaracharya will feel ashamed that he is not able to explain it in the way that I am able to explain detachment. And still I am not able to practice because you have not yet understood. You have not yet understood. When you understand what is attachment, that understanding will result in detachment. That is why we say detachment is not dropping anything. Again, I repeat. What did I say?
Understanding attachment leads to detachment.
Understanding attachment is detachment. That's why we say in detachment, you don't drop anything. You simply understand attachment. So when you simply understand what attachment is, that very understanding results in detachment. What is attachment? A dependence upon the undependable is attachment. What is attachment? You are depending on something that is undependable. That is attachment. If you rely on the unstable world, okay, if you rely on world, people, relationships, name, fame, stock market, that also, no? Stock market, all this has one common adjective, one common quality all this has. What is the common quality that all this has? The world, the people, the relationships, name, fame, family, stock market, all has one common quality. What is that one common quality? They are unstable. They are unstable. That's all. You understand that it is unstable. That understanding is detachment. Now, what is attachment? The unstable things, you want to keep it stable. You believe that it is stable. You believe that it can be kept stable, and you go and you become dependent on that. So what is attachment now? Attachment is a dependency that you develop on that which is unstable. So attachment is a dependency on that which is unstable. Please understand, you are also part of the world, you are also unstable. Don't say world is unstable, means I am a stable person, sir. That's why people around me are unstable. That's why, oh, you'll start crying again. You understand, you are unstable. When you are unstable, don't go and give any support to anybody saying, I will take care of you. I am there to support you, because you yourself is unstable. What support strength that you can give it to anybody? So two unstable entities telling each other what? Two unstable entities having a relationship with each other, telling each other what? I will give strength to me and you will give strength to me. Morning you give strength, afternoon I will give strength. Weekdays you give me strength, weekends I will give you strength. Who's talking this? The two factors that are unstable by nature, and that instability cannot be changed. That instability cannot be changed. Take it or leave it. That unstable nature of it cannot be changed. But sir, you don't know about me. I have been the same for the last 30 years, 40 years. Even though everybody around me has changed, I am still the same person, sir. I have not changed at all. Aparna. It means that person must have been in coma for 30, 40 years. Even in coma also, body also keeps changing in coma, isn't it? Therefore, there is nothing that remains stable. So what is detachment? So detachment is not dropping anything. Or in detachment, you understand one thing, what? Emotional stability mental stability should not be derived from this. You associate with them, you transact with them, you interact with them, but your stability doesn't come from this. Again, I repeat, you interact with them. You interact with the world because you have to interact with the world only. Wherever you go, there is the world. So where can you escape from the world? Therefore, you interacting with the world, you relating to the world, you having transactions with the world is not the problem. What is the problem? The problem is the emotional stability. My mental stability, I am dependent on these factors. So what is detachment now? He says it comes through knowledge and understanding. He said that. It comes through knowledge and understanding is what detachment. Now, what is that knowledge and understanding? Not to be dependent upon the world for, not to have an emotional dependence upon anything for your stability. Are you able to follow? Opposite of that is what? Okay. Detachment means your mental state is not decided by anybody. Attachment means everybody decides your mental state. Again, I repeat. Attachment means others decide your mental state. That is attachment. Detachment means your mental state is not decided by anything. Are you able to follow? Today, all your mental state is decided by what? The mental state is constantly decided by others. Ram Tirtha says the street dog is enough, he says. The street dog is enough to upset you. Are you able to follow? It means detachment is knowledge and understanding. Means what? A renunciation that happens through understanding that emotional dependence is not connected to the world of objects and beings that you associate with. Are you able to follow? Your emotional dependence is not connected to that which you relate to. That is one way of understanding what attachment and detachment is. You follow? There are various ways in which we try to explore this knowledge and understanding. This is one way. What is one way? Not to be emotionally dependent. What is emotional dependence means? Okay, what is dependence? Understand the word dependency. What is dependence? How do you define dependency? We all use the word, no? How do you define dependency? Anybody? How would you define dependency? How would you define dependency? Without which you are disturbed. How would you define dependency? Dependency is going and begging to others, make me happy, keep me happy, keep me happy. Are you able to follow? Again, I repeat. What is dependency? Going and falling at the feet of everything, saying that keep me, make me happy, keep me happy, make me happy, keep me happy. Because by myself, I'm not able to be strong. Are you able to follow that? Now, what is dependency? That's where you understand this dependency, you feel like you are in slavery, no? That's why dependency, attachment is a slavery. What is a slavery? Pleading begging, crying, what? Make me happy. Make me happy. And if nobody is there to make you happy, again you cry, oh, nobody is there to make me. Are you able to follow? Now, what is dependency? Attachment, a slavery. What is slavery? Falling at the feet. What is falling at the feet? For what? Make me happy. Are you able to follow? Make me happy. Make me happy. Are you okay till now? You are falling at the feet of other saying, make me happy. The other is also falling at your feet and say, make me happy. That is where nobody can give happiness to each other. Are you able to follow? So, I am demanding happiness from you. You are demanding happiness from me. So, what will I do? Now, let us come to an agreement. What is agreement? You make me happy first, then I will decide whether to give you whether to return it or not. First, you make me happy. Correct. If somebody makes you happy, what a sacrifice. Beautiful person, sir. Wonderful person, sir. I have never met a person like this in my life. It means what? That person is simply making you happy. That's what it means. The same person turns back and say, make me happy now. What will you say? What will you say? Vedanta is correct, sir. People are all very selfish and self-centered. Too much of pressure they give on me. Too pressurizing. Too much of it. Can't. People are so demanding. Why can't people just be sacrificial? Why can't people just be? What are you asking? Make me happy. Make me constantly happy. And don't ask me in return to make you happy. That's what dependency is. You make me happy. For how long? What is this question? How long? Your job is what? The job that I have assigned to the world around me is what? Make me happy. How long? Forever. What do you mean, how long? Forever. Even after I die also? After I die also, what you should do? Make sure that my photograph is garlanded every day and sit and so there is no stopping to that. What will I do in return? What is it that I will do in return? What do you mean? What is it that I will do in return? There is no, it is only one-way traffic. What is one-way traffic? You keep giving, what I will do? I will keep receiving. Okay. Whenever I feel like giving, I throw some biscuits, come and take it and go away. This is attachment. That's why no relationships is surviving. Nobody is happy. In spite of everything, everybody is suffering. Why? Because they say, what? In return, some biscuits will be thrown. At my convenience, come and take it and go. The other person says, no, moves to the next person. This is attachment. Are you able to understand what attachment is? Obnoxious it is, disgusting it is. Now, what is detachment? Detachment is a simple statement of fact that I have decided not to be selfish in my life. Again, I repeat. Are you able to follow? What is detachment? Detachment is a simple statement. What is a statement? I have decided not to be selfish. A commitment not to be selfish and self-centered is detachment. Exactly the opposite of it is attachment. Wanting commitment from others that you should be unselfish. As I continue to remain selfish, I want people around me to be unselfish. So commitment of unselfishness to be come from another. What is your commitment? Selfishness. Correct. Yeah. As I'm committed to continue, as I have resolved to be selfish, the other person should Resolve, be committed to what? Unselfish. Towards whom? Obviously, sir. What is this question? Obviously, what obvious question you are asking? Towards me only. Who else? Because it should not be shared. It should not be given to anybody because attention goes away means it is gone. Where can I? Yeah. Isavasya Upanishad says it so beautifully. Isn't it? Isavasya Upanishad says it so beautifully. How much ever you share, how much ever you give, it still remains the same. How much ever you give, it still remains the same. But in our case, giving means diminishing, taking means addition. Are you able to follow? In our dictionary, giving means diminishing. Taking means addition. As I go on adding, nothing should diminish. So it means what? I will keep taking and taking and taking, and I will never. And even if I give, what is the benefit of that giving? At least your 80G certificate or and I give, at least I should get one 80G certificate. At least I should get some Swarga at least. At least I should get something. Even that giving is towards some. Even that giving, there is a hidden motive of taking, a benefit. This understanding is what he says as detachment is an effect, not a cause. And what is the cause? Knowledge and understanding is the cause. This is one. Emotional dependent on that which is undependable. When you are depending on all these, which is undependable, you know that it is not dependable. That is why there is always an insecurity, a threat, a fear. Are you able to follow? You know that it is not dependable. Since you know that it is not dependable, there is always a fear, a threat, a insecurity. Has anybody knows how to give freedom to anybody when they are in love? When they are in love, what do? First thing they do. What do lovers do constantly? They spy on each other. They constantly keep spying on each other. Why? Insecurity. Why the insecurity? Because they know that it is not dependable. They know that it is not dependable and it causes insecurity, but the mind will not let go of it. The mind will not let go of it. Knowledge comes in glimpses here and there, but it is not strong enough to hold the mind. Now, how to make the knowledge stronger? Whatever the method that is going to prescribe later. There are certain methods that is going to be prescribed later. So don't ask for the method now. There is the method. But today in this context, we are only discussing not the method, the knowledge behind what attachment is, and this knowledge will result in detachment. So, what is insecurity? Insecurity or fear or threat is when you are dependent on that which you know that you cannot be dependent upon. You know that you cannot depend on this, but you do not know what else to do.
Why do we go fall for it?
You fall for it again and again and again. Why you fall for it again and again and again? Insecurity is samsara. Insecurity is the result of attachment. Okay. What is the result of detachment? We spoke freedom, happiness. What is the result of attachment? Don't say sorrow, suffering, Allah. Insecurity. Insecurity. The child clings to the mother so tightly, isn't it? And the mother thinks affection, no? Correct? When the child clings on to the mother tightly, the mother is thinking it is affection. What is it? What is it? Fear, insecurity. The child clings on to the dress of the mother so tightly, and the mother is misunderstanding it to be affection. Without me, my child cannot. My child cannot live without me, sir. Even from Australia also, I have to talk to them, isn't it? Even when the child goes to Australia also, they cannot leave. And even when the child goes to New Zealand also, I cannot. Because when they go to America also, I cannot. When they are sitting in the space station also, I have to make a phone call and find out what's happening. Why? Because haven't you seen, sir, how the child is so much attached, so much loving me? You know, the hug, you know, the warmth and all that. Yajnavalkya and the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad will laugh at you and say, you have misunderstood the phenomena completely. It's a complete misunderstanding. What is a misunderstanding? The clinging on is because of the insecurity. The clinging on is because of the insecurity. That insecurity that started continues right through. As a teenager, another insecurity. Correct? Another insecurity. Okay. Get a degree. Another insecurity. What? Job. Job you get. Another insecurity. Boss. Another insecurity. Boss. Oh, that's why, sir. You get married, and if you have a wife and children and all, it will be, at least you'll get some relief from all this. So when you come home, there's somebody that will be smiling and welcoming you. So go get married. Will I get a person to marry me is the greatest insecurity. Is there anybody to marry me is one insecurity. After marrying, what will happen? To keep the marriage intact is another insecurity. One after the other, this insecurity is called samsara, bondage. This insecurity is bondage. Now people misunderstand sannyasa means drop the wife, drop the job, drop the father, drop the mother. Are you able to follow? So people misunderstand detachment means drop the job, drop the wealth, drop the mother, drop the father, drop the wife, drop the children, you become free. Yajnavalkya will say insecurity is inside there. No, what are you doing about it? The problem is not the wife, the problem is not the child, the problem is not the husband, the problem is not the wealth, the problem is not all that. The problem is the deep sense of insecurity that you are having within. What is the source of this insecurity? Dependence on that which is undependable. You know that it will leave you, somehow you want to keep it. You know that it will leave you and somehow you want to keep it. And when you know that it will leave you, you are not able to say, thank you. You are not able to say, thank you. It leaves. And when it leaves, if you can say, thank you, you are detached. Why are you leaving me? Don't you have any gratitude? How much I have what all I have done for you. How can you do all this, isn't it? You don't cry, you don't mourn, you don't do all this. All that you do is what? The world is functioning according to its dharma. The world is functioning according to the dharma. What is the dharma of the world? Change. So world is functioning according to the dharma. It is adharma to expect. Are you able to follow now? It is adharma to expect, not the world to change. That's why it is adharmic to expect the person should not change. It is adharmic to expect the climate should not change. That's why a sannyasi, a detached person, is so free. Able to follow? Everything is functioning according to dharma. And what is the dharma? Change is the dharma. And when change happens, you understand dharma is functioning. That's all. It is adharma not to. What is adharma now? Vijay, puridan. Change avukudadu sir naga, it is adharma. And when change happens, you go with it. Are you able to follow? The person loving you yesterday need not love you today. And when the person leaves, say thank you for the love. Say thank you for the love. That is detachment. Opposite of that is, even when the person is loving you, you are not able to receive the love. Why? Because of your insecurity. That's attachment. Are you able to follow? When you are in it, you don't enjoy. The association is not enjoyable. The separation is also not enjoyable. Why? Are you able to follow? That's attachment. The association itself you cannot enjoy. Anyway, the separation is going to happen. You cannot say thank you. What is detachment? When the association is happening, you are joyful, you are blissful. When separation happens, you can say thank you. Joy being together and no pain in separation. There is joy being together. No pain when separation happens. Insecurity is what? The thought of separation causes pain that kills the joy of. The thought of separation kills the joy of association itself. That's why samsara, insecurity, the person knows only one thing, what? Crying. Sannyasa knows one thing, what? Laughing. Samsara knows only one thing, what? Crying. So crying or laughing. Everybody wants to laugh. Nobody wants to cry. And everybody ends up crying. Are you able to understand the difference now? This is attachment and detachment. This is attachment and detachment. Insecurity because you know it is going to change. Again, I'm repeating the formula. Insecurity is because you know it's going to change and somehow you want the change not to happen. That's why promises are made and promises are taken, isn't it? Promises are made and promises are taken. The moment you make a promise, very soon it will be broken. Because promises are meant to be, promise is meant to be broken only, no, isn't it? What is the promise? I love you, you love me. I will not leave you, you will not leave me. You should not change. I will also not change. Are you able to follow? This is against dharma. This is against dharma. Why? Because what is dharma? Dharma means change. Dharma means what is the nature of the world? The reality, change, isn't it? Therefore, what is detachment here? And understanding. What is understanding? Dependency will cause insecurity, and insecurity will cause me to suffer. Freedom from insecurity through knowledge and understanding is detachment. Are you able to follow now? Freedom from insecurity through knowledge and understanding is detachment. What is the knowledge and understanding? What is that knowledge and understanding? Purnam. What is the knowledge and understanding? Purnam. You think you lack in something. That's why you are going and clinging. The moment you realize everything you are Purnam, no insecurity. They will follow. What we keep saying knowledge and understanding, knowledge and what is that knowledge and understanding? This is this knowledge and understanding. Are you okay till now? This is one way of understanding attachment and detachment. From another angle. We'll start from another angle. Huh? Attachment is thieving. Attachment is thieving. Stealing. Attachment is saying mine. Correct? Attachment is saying mine. That which is not yours, you claim it as yours. That is attachment. Are you able to follow? Attachment is stealing. That which is not yours, you claim it as yours. So, big detachment. I'll stop stealing. That's all. What is detachment now? Simply taking a vow. What? I will not steal. And what is stealing? Means that which is not yours, you claim it as mine. My body, my wealth, my family, my, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. What is detachment now? Body belongs to the elements. Let the elements claim the body as mine. Are you able to follow? The body belongs to the elements. Therefore, let the elements claim the body as mine. I will not claim it as mine. That's all. Very, very simple is this detachment. கஷ்டமே கிடையாது. விஜய் புரியுதா? From today onwards, I have decided not to steal. அதுக்கு அவார்டை கொடுப்பாங்க. Isn't it? From today onwards, I have decided not to steal. You will not be awarded. You will see, it will be told what? You have come to some normalcy. That's why we say attachment is an abnormal life, detachment is a normal life. And we have the ulta understanding. Oh, detachment, normal, great life, sir. What is greatness? What is greatness in it? There's nothing great in detachment. Because in detachment, you are simply acknowledging a fact. So what is detachment? Acknowledgement of a fact. What is the fact? The word mine has no meaning. It is asatyam. Mine is asatyam. I am given an opportunity to use it, to associate with it, but not to claim it as mine. The very fact that I am giving an opportunity to use it, The moment I'm given opportunity to associate with it, I start claiming it as mine. Are you able to follow the difference? Again, I repeat. Detachment is a simple statement of fact. What? I will not steal. Stealing is what? That which is not mine, I claim it as mine, isn't it? That's why wherever the ownership is distributed, you will not be that attached. Wherever the ownership cannot be debated and disputed, attachment will be maximum. That's why children attachment is maximum. Even to the husband and wife, that attachment will not be there. Why? Because there is a father saying my son. There is a mother saying my son. There is a brother saying my brother. There is a friend that will come and say, you came only now. No, I know him from childhood. I know her from childhood. Now what do? There are so many people claiming ownership. Child, na? Each and every cell there, each and every cell is DNA test எடுத்து பார்த்தா கூட you will know, sir. Even the DNA test will prove that it is mine. You follow? Khalil Gibran. You are the facilitator for their entrance. They are not yours. Beautifully he said that. You just facilitated their arrival. They are not yours. But then you claim it as, you understand? So what is detachment here? Simply means, henceforth, I will not steal. I will return it to the respective owners. I will return it to the respective owners. Who are the respective owners? The body elements. Consciousness, you are that. That you don't claim. Look at the irony of it. That which you should claim as mine, you don't claim. That which you should not claim as yours, you claim. Everyone follow? Elements and everything, body, other thing belongs to the elements. Consciousness, don't say consciousness belongs to you. You should say, I am that consciousness. So what is detachment now? Simple clarity of what is you and what is not you. That's why they say we are all God's children. Because ownership should not be there. Ownership shouldn't be there. So what is attachment now? Ownership is attachment. What is detachment? No. What is? No ownership. Ownership arises when you believe that it can be made yours. It can be called as yours. It's the notion that it can be made yours, it can be called as yours, is what brings about this attachment itself. The notion of ownership brings about an attachment. When you understand that you can never own anything, what happens? The entire structure of attachment is collapsed. So the entire structure of attachment collapses the moment you remove the word mine. Simply remove the word mine, the entire structure of attachment will dominoes effect, isn't it? You understand dominoes effect, no? Like that, just the painstakingly for hours together, they'll build the carts. And then what they will do finally? They'll just, the first card, then they just go and blow. Oof, that's all. But the whole lakhs and lakhs of cards collapse. The whole thing is collapsed in few seconds. That's how it should collapse. What? Simply remove that one thing. What is that one thing? Mine. Mine. At least I can say, my God, sir. That's what we discussed. Worst attachment. At least I can say, okay, my wife, my other, sir. At least God I can say as mine. No. See, where you cannot say, why there is a fear of saying not mine is because you immediately think it will become someone else's. Are you able to follow? Purida? I don't know whether it is making sense or not. You cannot say not mine because the moment you say not mine, there is an immediate fear. What is the fear? That it will become someone else's. What is detachment now? What is detachment now? If you can't claim ownership, nobody can claim ownership. But then you have a problem. What is your problem? If you say not mine, purida? Not mine, where are isn't it? Somebody will come and take it away. That is why detachment is not possible. Now, what is knowledge and understanding says? Isavasyam idam sarvam. Isavasyam idam sarvam. Everything here is only the Lord's. It means what? The segregation that yours and mine is meaningless. This is detachment. The segregation that yours and mine. Doesn't it? Even if I don't have it also, it's okay, but it should not go to somebody else. That's why murder, isn't it? If I don't get it, others also should not get it. Correct? People do that, no? People think like that, no? Isn't it? I'll burn it up. Why? Because when I cannot claim mine, how will I allow somebody to call it as mine? That is the violence of attachment. That's how attachment makes you violent. It's a violence of attachment it is. And people think attachment is love, etc. No, attachment is violent. It kills. It will kill the other and then it will commit suicide. Attachment will kill the other first. And then it will commit suicide. Oh, sacrifice other. This knowledge and understanding is what brings about. So he's saying it is an effect, not a cause. It is an effect, not a cause. Even this shall pass away. I'm not discussing a lot because we have discussed it any number of times. The Gita chariot we are going to discuss anyway. So I'm circling around this concept. What is the concept? It is not an effect. It is an effect, not a cause. It is an effect, not a cause. Are you okay till now? Attachment and detachment. Are you okay? Yes.
So the thing called insecurity is nothing but a bundle of all the wrong notions. And security is the right knowledge and understanding.
Yes.
If I have the right knowledge and understanding, it means I am secure.
Yes.
If I don't have the right knowledge and understanding, which is all the wrong notions put together, that is insecurity.
Yes. Yes. So right knowledge is security. Ignorance is insecurity. Put it like that very simply. Ignorance is insecurity. Knowledge brings security. Correct.
One more.
Yes.
And when you say detachment, you are repeatedly saying emotional.
Mental state. Emotional means mental state.
Emotional dependent.
Yes.
But why are you saying emotional dependent? Why are you not saying intellectual or anything else? Why only emotional?
All dependency lead. What I meant by emotional here is a mental agitation, an agitated state. Emotional dependency, understand, is an agitated state. Wealth goes wrong, you will get mentally agitated. Health goes wrong, you will get mentally agitated. If people call you a fool, you get mentally agitated. So all boils down to what? Mental agitation. So emotional dependency is nothing but mental agitations, irrespective of anything that happens anywhere. So remove the word, remove the mental agitations. You are free. Are you able to follow? Wealth goes, what is agitated? Wealth goes, what is agitated? Mind. Health goes, what is agitated? Mind. Somebody hating you, somebody not loving you, what is agitated? Mind. Somebody calls you a fool, what is agitated? Mind. Somebody calls you a wise person and garlanding you. Bouquets are given, souvenirs are given. What is feeling the joy? Mind. So that is why everything is equated to the mind, emotions. Mind means emotions. That's all it is. Mind finds its avenue through various ways. Wealth, health, name, fame, family, status, position. These are all the various avenues through which the mind is seeking peace, happiness, security. Because it believes it lies here, it goes and attaches itself to it, not realizing what all these are subject to change. And you depend on anything that is changing, you will feel insecure. You depend on anything that is about to change, insecurity will be the result. That's why when somebody changes, you will not call that person as wrong. You will not say that person is wrong, that person has cheated. You simply understand what? Changes will happen. That's why you never feel cheated in life. You never feel any loss in life. Are you able to follow? The sense you never feel cheated. You never feel lost anything because it's bound to happen. Sometimes love will be showered. I am grateful for the love that is showered. Sometimes change will happen and it will move. And when moving happens, I say, thank you. Are you able to follow? Even this shall pass away is a beautiful way of saying thank you. Are you able to understand now? Even this shall pass away. Now within brackets, thank you. Otherwise, it looks like a crying and sending off. It's not the send off by crying. It's a send off through gratitude. Ganesh. Even this shall pass away. Now within brackets, you put it. What? Thankfully. Even this shall pass away. Thankfully. That is detachment. And this detachment is what he calls as a fragrance or a wonderful human quality. The wonderful human quality is this quality of detachment. Insecurity, mindness is attachment. Knowledge comes and says, which part in it you are calling it as yours? Have you ever examined when you say it is mine? You take it for granted it is yours. If you examine which part of it is yours, which part of the body can be claimed as mine? Because the body comes out of Annamaya Kosha. No? Body comes out of unknown. Correct. Huh? It means who should claim it as my body? The potatoes, the tomatoes, the brinjal. Correct? No? Because it came out of that. I don't know who are the owners. That's why it should go back to earth. Yeah. Because comes out of food, maintained by food, and goes back as food. That's all. Where is the problem? But mine, which part of it is yours? Matter means belongs to the elements. That which enlivens is consciousness. What is in that you are claiming it as? Mine. It's stealing. So sannyasi takes the vow. What is the sannyasi? A person who has taken the pradigya, the vow, a commitment. What is the commitment? From today, I will not steal. How am I stealing? Mineness. By calling something as mine is the worst form of stealing. That's why the sannyasi doesn't say it as mine. The moment you say something as mine, the same insecurity will come. What? One day it will not be yours. Adu kuda paravalla. Not being yours is also is okay. It will belong to somebody else's. And that somebody, and it will invariably go to the person who I hate the most, isn't it? I can't get stomach burning, isn't it? That's called stomach burning. Are you able to follow? This understanding is the cause. The inner maturity that comes out of this understanding is called detachment. So what is detachment now? A inner maturity that comes out of this knowledge and understanding. Are you able to connect to the statements that he made now? So you go through this analysis again and again. A inner maturity is developed. That inner maturity is called detachment. Therefore, in detachment, you are not dropping anything. You are simply becoming a mature person. From immaturity to maturity. So what is detachment? From highly immature to normal maturity. So detachment is nothing but becoming a normal human being. அவ்வளவுதான். அவார்ட்லாம் கிடையாது. You just become a normal human being. He says that is the, so this detachment is a fragrance of human life. This detachment. To pretend ownership is sin. That is attachment. Pretending ownership. What is attachment? You pretend, you believe as though it is yours. Documentation is there, patta is there, yeah, taxes are paid. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. How many people paid tax like that in the past? What happened to all of them? I have swallowed everybody and waiting to swallow you, he says. The earth looks at people who says, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. What does the earth say? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa says this. What does the earth say? How many fellows in the past claimed ownership on me like this? What did I do to all of them? What did I do to all of them? Swallowed. Now going to swallow you also. Able to follow? What is the right method now? The right method is what? Don't pretend, don't believe, don't delude yourself into ownership. So attachment is a delusion. Are you able to understand now? Are you able to understand the derivation? Purinjadana, you'll be free. So attachment is a delusion. What is the delusion? What is the delusion? Ownership is the delusion. Therefore, what do you do? Simply say, not mine. Simply say, not mine. So what is detachment? Getting out of delusion. Freedom from delusion. Freedom from delusion. This is the topic for today. Attachment. You can go on and on and on talking about this detachment. And how much ever you talk, there are still so much to say. Two things. One is the chariot example, a very beautiful example to talk about the how detachment can actually be made possible. The chariot example, and get thee behind me, Satan, and all is there, which we will take up next week. The chariot example and get thee behind me, we will take up next week, and we will try to understand even this shall pass away also in the context of how we arrived at, how we derived mathematically that attachment is delusion. So attachment is delusion. Attachment is insecurity. Attachment is delusion. Attachment is insecurity. Attachment is stealing. With this, we conclude for today. Next week, we'll continue with the chariot metaphor of the same topic. We conclude for